Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots. Kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion, as I'll hand it over to the two men who will call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left is my good friend Charles Davis, and what a thrill to be here for the biggest one of them all, the Super Bowl. And it seems to get bigger every year. The lights get brighter, the cameras more numerous. I don't know, there's just so much that goes into this game. It's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is an honor, and I can't wait to share this game with you. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. You're my partner, my best friend. I can't imagine being anywhere else but right here with you. And just think about it this way. You mentioned the magnitude. This is no longer just a game for America or even North America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll. The long fortnight of Super Bowl week is over, and away we go in Super Bowl 58. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go! Let's
So
go!
out come the Rams now for their first possession. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Ready? Mike 51. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
I'm going to hit you.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And that's complete to Jesse James. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Sony Michel, his first carry. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
I love the versatility of Marcus Cannon. He can play guard. He can play tackle. I think his footwork has really improved during his time in the NFL. He has one of the better backs. Stories that you're going to get. This is a guy who was diagnosed with cancer, has beaten that, and now is one of the better players in the NFL.
On 2nd down, Michel. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3. Now, what do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Defensively, here are the starters for New England. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because his feeling was good, solid performance, did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely would like to see some improvement in this week's game.
They always want improvement, don't they?
They certainly do.
Back to throw. Conley. James has it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Ready. Get your swerve on.
On first down, it's Gurley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Yeah, baby.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. To throw on third down, Conley forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Set, ready, 18 Gator. Come on. You don't know no better. Hit it.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He wasn't ready.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, 74 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had good.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty. Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Conley. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Here's Dorsett. So the Patriots coming out now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 54 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Got a man open, that's Harry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry there to make the grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Santos with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's 2nd down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Off the play fake. Conley. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, in a good-sized hole. Early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Let's go now.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
50, plant.
Out of the gun now on third down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing down. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. 3 catches for him now in this first quarter of the Super Bowl.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And that makes it 23-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's got room. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Touchdown. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase it.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Conley on the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That good for 22 and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
90 Wolf.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Santos with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
All day, baby, all day.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Eight yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's Gurley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun. Conley. James has got it. Complete. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Ball, baby, that's all ball. That's all ball, yeah. Here we go. 8 read.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Let's go. You're coming.
Off the draw, here's Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. He's going to fire one, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsafe.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They can't stop the franchise.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They run. It's Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Conley. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Big hit all day.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And shoving his way inside the 35. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
58 to Mike. Hey, let's get off the field.
The backup Stidham, his first throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 2nd and 10 now. Stidham flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He's got the first down inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Michel on an island by himself in the backfield, 2nd and goal. Now it's still touchdown, Patriots.
Good job, offense. Good job.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Now the point after try for Santos. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2nd and 15. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
58 right there. Here we go, D.
On first down, Stidham. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Final play of the half. It's Stidham rolling to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Thus far, this Super Bowl has looked less like a contest and more like a coronation. And to call the second half, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground is Michel. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Stidham sets to throw on first. Buying time to his left. And on the connection, this is Ryan Izzo, complete. 23 yards on the play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
50, plant.
58, right there.
There it comes, there it comes.
To throw is Stidham. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys continue to pour it on. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Well, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And that'll bring up... Second down.
Let's go now. 52. 18 Gator. 18 Gator. Lose one. We got double time. Double time.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left. Even.
From the gun, Conley looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and some room to work. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Conley. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Off the bootleg. Conley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack, baby! Good job.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And it's Michel once again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stidham now off the bootleg. And he'll complete this one to Barrios. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This quarterback now just 3 of 6 throwing it, but that last completion gets a first down. From the gun, they run with Michel. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Stidham. He's going to fire one deep. He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard.
That's a takeaway. Now that's a takeaway. That's how the defense score points.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they
say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
58's to Mike. 58's to Mike. Watch the run. Go.
On 2nd down, Michel. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Eluding the pressure right. And able to find Dorsett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They come out here in the I.
I got wide.
Now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score.
Keep getting busy.
Sony Michel with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And now he's going to use his legs. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back to throw. Conley. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete.
That's it, baby.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
50, plant.
Hey, 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 hey.
Ready.
Again, it's Michel.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
They'll run on 1st down. Michel. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Michel. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. First down, here's White. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Michael Brockers in on the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they just stick with it. Looking to throw. Hoffman. Now he's going to throw. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31. One-yard gain.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight as his guys continue to pour it on. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Santos with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up.
About 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
2nd and 11. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's coming again.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Conley. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Let's get
From the gun, Conley. James has got it. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd down, Conley. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin with Michel on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by the tight end, Lacoste. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
You ready?
58 to Mike. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for New England. 44 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right?
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Let's go.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for two. Back to throw again. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on two more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for two when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Second and long. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Tight end to the left, tight end left. We got three.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.